Expected the tour guide, and then things started unfolding, and we were like, I don't know. And then I just can never forget how rushy he was with us when we dropped him off. Like, he was like an immediate just change of attitude. Like, oh, I gotta go. Like, he did not have a hasty spirit to him. This guy was so chill and relaxed. And I know you said, or my wife told me that you said you don't think it was him. I just can't get over that. She's out on the street. We had to have literally driven by her, and if he did know, if he had any idea that, you know, she was involved and he was behind it, it just makes perfect sense why he was so freaking hasty with us.
I mean, anything is a possibility at this point. However, I don't have anything that leads me to believe right now at this moment that he is involved.
Dude, he had so many opportunities. Like, we parked at Pearl Harbor, and he's like, no bags, but that wasn't entirely true.
Yeah, well, he said no bags at all, but you have to have a certain size bag, and it has to be clear. When we booked with them, they should have told us that.
Why would they tell you that if the tour guide's involved? He wants you to leave the bags in the car. It's like, uh-oh, guess you gotta leave your bags. I'm telling you, like, how are they not involved, right?
Yeah. They were like, there's not enough time. How can he pick you guys up, drive to Pearl Harbor, and then drive back to your hotel, rob you guys, and drive back to pick you up? Like,
did you honestly think there could never be a second person involved?
Like, I don't think he wouldn't have made it in time. Like, what?
Then we go to the NEX mall.
Yeah.
And we parked the car there, and we're like mobbed by fans, and he didn't want to be with us. He was like,
oh, I'll wait downstairs. You guys go get food.
New San Mig Hard Seltzer. No frills, all fun.
No one has talked about security cameras at NEX still, like trying to see.
Well, they won't. He said they won't allow it. They won't release it.
At what level crime do you need to get people involved to get that type of stuff? Like, that's so frustrating. Even if they didn't do it, they still left the car unlocked as someone went into it.
Well, he did admit and said, well, when we went to Tantalus, he's like, I'm not sure. He's like, you know what? I actually might have left the car unlocked. But they were so interested in getting avocados that he basically didn't care if we left it unlocked or not.
Of course we parked all the way in the back, right? Yo, I'm just thinking.
The very last parking spot. Like, when you pull in, he pulled right into a parking spot when the parking lot still had more spots closer.
That's so suspect.
You remember that car that was sitting next to us and they were eating smoothie bowls?
Yeah.
And then he's like, oh, I actually own a smoothie bowl place.
Cap. Now, what do we think about this? Look at the name tag on our tour guide's t-shirt, okay? The camera pans away, and when it looks back at him, all of a sudden the name tag is gone. Why would you hide your name tag? That's a little odd.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know, man.
As far as the Tantalus Lookout, that is a haven for cars being broken into. And I can tell you, I have other reasons to believe that that's exactly where it happened.
It would make sense, but that somebody is gutsy. We're standing 120 feet away.
Our car was literally one of the last two spots.
How was my kid not recording on Snapchat?
Also, Mike was recording you in the tree, and so was Lex.
You had to have an avocado. I swear to God, that's the most expensive avocado I've ever given.
And we didn't even eat them, we threw them away.
The citizen of Hawaii goes to a #1 burglar spot and doesn't lock our car. How convenient.
Yeah.
I also went down and canvassed that homeless area that was across the street. I believe if your things were pinging in that homeless area, that it was something that was dumped or even passed off.
Someone has the iPad, because we still, to this day, have gotten a couple of requests to unlock the iPad because we've locked it. So someone's still messing with that iPad, but I guess that doesn't necessarily mean that it was that person. The burglars could have dumped the iPad, and then the 1450 Young Street doesn't mean anything because it was just some random person who found the iPad
there or something.
And I was like, I didn't think about that. But I don't think that's the case, because right away we put this message out on Lost Mode. If found, $1,000 reward cash. Please, this is my kid's iPad and they have so many memories on it. We did that for the iPads and no one contacted us. if you found an iPad on the side of a road,
especially one that you can't use,
why not get that $1,000 cash? But if you're the thief, of course you're not going to do that. So I think I just disproved the dumb theory, or the person just doesn't speak English. For me, it still feels like I have to do something. My lawyer told me to find out if leafleting is legal. Can someone go outside of that building and hand out flyers showing a picture of that lady with reward information? Is that breaking any sort of law?
I would see no problem with that whatsoever.
Gotcha. Okay.
I followed up with our crime reduction units that are constantly out there on the street. They know several informants and all this stuff, and they have not seen the person that I suspect to be driving this car. They know who he is. However, he has been laying low, obviously. There is what's called attempt to locate on the person that's suspected. So if he's stopped for any reason, I should be notified. That's where I believe that we may figure out who this female is.
Gotcha. Out of everything that was taken, the only thing I want is my son's book bag and my daughter's iPad. Like the photos of my daughter on her iPad that she's had since she was like 10 years old or whatever, like 4, 5, 6 years of photos. That stuff you can't replace. Those are the biggest things that would be amazing to have back. All that other stuff is just, you buy it again. We have been trying to figure out working with a private investigator. But what if there's someone that can track him down? I can't hire that person if I don't have his name. I highly doubt you're going to give me his name.
I would not be able to without compromising the investigation.
All right, well, thank you once again for the info. Appreciate it.
No problem, sir.
One of the things I saw on the email is some kid actually watched previous footage before you put out the burglary video, and they actually sent a screenshot of a white BMW that looks similar to that one. Near you guys, when you guys were outside of like some shops or something, so maybe you were being targeted the whole time and you just didn't know.
I just got the chills. I'm reviewing this right now. Today is September 18th, and that shot right there, I wish you caught my initial reaction. That was like, no way. Our fans are the best. You see how much stuff they put on TikTok and how many views?
So like, you mess with people that we love, and you're not gonna let it go.
So this is just a testament to how crazy that Hawaii Part 1 went. We are not logged in. This is a random hotel, and one of the top suggestions when you just type in Hawaii is Hawaii Part 2. That's how many times people have searched for that phrase, that YouTube is offering it as a mass search phrase with the keyword Hawaii. That's insane, mind blown. Thank you guys for the support. So while planning out this sting operation, people use the quote thing wrong. They do this after every word. Like, you can't do that. Anyways, while planning, we did find out some unfortunate information about Hawaii. No billboards anymore. Billboards themselves are illegal.
It happened since the 1920s in Hawaii. You can do a supermarket, a gas station,